Well, hello everybody, welcome to the channel. Today's video, I have been challenged. Yes, I've been challenged by 11 Golf. They've asked me to come out onto the golf course and see if I can break par with their products. We've got the hybrid irons, I've got their mini driver. We're going to get out onto the golf course here at Dainton Park. I've never been out on Dainton Park on the channel, so I'm really excited to get out here. Big thanks to them for hosting me. But let's see if the 11 clubs can get me around this golf course in under par. So it's 6:30 in the morning. We're getting out nicely ahead of all the golfers that are going to be teeing off at 7 o'clock this morning. It's 340 yards, 360 yards this first hole, par 4. Golf course looks absolutely immaculate this time of the day. Oh, down the right. That's not a great start, is it? That is a bit of a struggle. Right, let's see if we can find that down the right hand side. 131 yards, got myself into a bit of pickle, but I've just got to miss this tree here in front of us. Just got to get the right positioning, because if you go too far left, which this pin is tucked in on the left hand side there, there's basically water. So I'm going to go with wedge, which is the first hybrid of the day, and the trees that you can see in the background behind this bush in front of us is kind of the line, but really you want to hug the right side because of the fact there's water down the left. Oh yeah, got plenty of height. Get a nice kick then. Okay, I'm playing for a decent kick there because that was a bit of a bailout to the right hand side. Well, remarkably, Dainton have done their kind of summer maintenance about a week and a half ago, and they've come back, bounced back amazingly. I mean, I suppose we got the summer kind of weather, haven't we, which allows the grass to grow, or even too hot sometimes. This is why they're quite probably well watered. I'm gonna leave the flag in because I feel like I have a bit of a backstop. Get right. Absolutely battered it. Oh dear, come on D8. Let's not start with a 3-putt, shall we? Yeah, it moves a lot. Oh, it's a 3-putt. It starts off with. Not great. Okay. Based on how far right I've got that mini going, I'm gonna go to the 3-iron, which is my tortoise iron. There's water lurking down the left, so it means with that mini I'd have to kind of start it on the water, which is not what I want to do, because you've got trouble out the right as well. So I just think let's just put something in play and get some confidence in me early. Oh, that is beautiful. Go on, chase down there. Go on then. Even hugging the water down the left side leaves me the shortcut into this hole, little dogleg round to the left. So all in all, very happy with that. Look at that, a beautiful spot, isn't it? Yeah. Well, I've not quite got it down here as far as I would like, because now I'm a little bit blocked out by those trees in front of us. So, and you know, I've not played loads of golf around Dainton, but what I do remember is I used to play here as a junior. We played junior matches against them. This is a relatively newish course. It was pretty much brand new when we played as juniors. And these trees were literally like whips down there, so you could just fling it over the top. Now, I'm going to have to play something with a bit of draw on it, because I've got 160, which would be probably a 7-iron normally for me. I'm going to go with 8 because I want to get a little bit of turn. So I'm going to close that face down a fraction. And the reason I've got to get it to turn is just to the right of this pin, and just to the right of this green is water. I'm just drying off my grips because I've just re-gripped them last night, so there's obviously a little bit of white spirit coming out of that one. That's the shot we wanted. Just about club now, isn't it? Oh yeah, sit down, sit. Couldn't see the end result of it, but it was right on the flag. That's more like it. So landed it just on that front, just short of the green there, and managed to kind of scoot it up a little bit. It's interesting when you first bring these hybrid irons out, when you look down at them, number one, they look absolutely tiny because the head is quite big, and then you've got the shaft or steel shaft that's going into them, makes it look quite short and small. And then you also think, because of the fact that you've got so much mass behind the club, that the ball's just going to go miles when you set up behind it. So maybe that's kind of something I need to sort of think about. Yardage wise, they should all be coming out pretty much the same as what my current set of irons are, so I'm going to go on those distances. Go, go, go. That is the first 11 birdie that we've just made there. Tortoise off the tee, 8-iron in with a bit of draw. Par 5 coming up. Third hole then, it's only 502 up the hill. These back tees, I mean, I don't know if they just don't get much use, but they are absolutely immaculate. And what also I like about them is they're flat, which is always a bonus, isn't it? Okay, you can see the flag way up in the distance. Even though it's 502, it's not playing that. It's going to play longer than that because it's all uphill. I think this could be a day of the tortoise off the tee, to be honest with you. A little bit down the left, got a bit toey with that one, but I think it'll be fine. It'll probably be another little high one of those hybrids coming up for the second shot. Right, 285, but playing obviously uphill, so probably closer to let's say it's a 300-yard hole. So if I hit something down there and get it to like 100 yards from the green, that'll leave me, well, get me into my wedges, won't it? So if I can hit something that's going to go around 200, that'll get me up and around where my wedges can start to play from. Okay, I've got a 5-iron out of here. Sat up a little bit, but hoping for a little bit of a jumper. Yeah, nice, that'll chase up there. Straight down the middle. Oh, got it quite a way up there actually. Might have got a little flyer out of that one, to be fair. So it's got up a little bit closer than I was thinking, but closer the better apparently. 95 yards, playing 100 yards, slightly uphill. So I've now got myself into my 56-degree range, which is a familiar, that feels like at home, you know, when you got your own wedges. Okay, pin is tucked right in the back, and this green kind of narrows in at the back, and the next two greens kind of do the same here. So you can move it in a little bit, or you need to favour the right side more than certainly the left side, because it will bounce in a little bit off that right side, and anything down the left will run off a little bit too much. It's just a nice one of these, I think. Get back there then to that flag. If that's the right yardage, which this one is about a 100-yard club, that should be absolutely spot on. Maybe we are going under par today. I was actually just looking for the pitch mark, and there it is. Look at that, right by the flag. So I reckon, based on the fact that we were coming in from kind of or below the flag, I reckon it's kind of, we see back on the other, I reckon it's done that in order to get to that flag, or to this position here. But I did say that club was about 100 yards, and that landed about 99 yards. Oh, that is a birdie, isn't it? That is a birdie. Plod it off the tee, plod it down the fairway, and get your wedge game in shape. 1 under par with a bogey. We are mixing it with the green staff out here this morning. They must look over their shoulder and see me coming down in a buggy thinking, oh, give us a break. Anyway, 1 putt. Fairway missed it down the left, didn't I? So far we've hit 33% of fairways, which is not bad. 146. 146. That should be a 9-iron for me, really. This green, very similar to that one, where it kind of pinches in towards the back. Hug the right side. pray for a little kick. Just want a little bit of ground help now. There's the kick, hopefully not too big a kick, because if you get it running too much, it can certainly start working along the green, as these greens are quite quick. Well, as I said, got away with this one, to be honest with you, because coming off that bank there, I know it's the easiest shot, but what you got to be careful of is in the summer, this green obviously gets really quick, and if the pin was here and it got a bit more of a kick, you're kind of really running off. But in the winter time, the problem with trying to land it up there is it gets a little bit softer. The grass is maybe a little bit thicker and a bit juicier, so it doesn't always come down from there, which is then left with what is a really, really tricky chip. So where this has ended up is absolutely, well, perfect, a delight as we drove over the top of that hill, to be honest with you. Big swing out of our left hand side. Oh, it just didn't move like I thought it would. Kind of barely moved from there. So anyway, it's a steady par. I always think par threes, take your pars and run away. Par 4, 375 off this back tee. The key here is there's a big dip in the front of this fairway, so you're kind of trying your hardest to get it, well, as far up there as you can, and obviously down the left hand side is a little bit of an easier kind of route to get to the top of that hill. If you don't get it to the top of the hill, you're kind of left with a bit of a blind shot, so a nice tee shot down here would be required. Well, I've just hugged left. That's the shortcut, but hopefully we get a... Oh, we got a friendly bounce, so we're all right. See, if I'd have missed that, if I'd have been further right than that, like right of centre, I'd have probably struggled to get to the top of that hill. So we've now got a view to the green. Gotta say, first impressions, I never really thought that I would get a sense with these hybrids, kind of where I've struck it on the face, but now I'm out on the golf course, and obviously it's a different environment, being out on the course compared to being in a studio, getting just numbers and getting a sense of how far they go, what spin numbers they get, what ball speed you get, and things like that. Getting out on the golf course is all about feel. It's all about how you work the ball. It's all about how you know, get the window how you want it. And sometimes if you miss-hit a ball, I would say with game improvement clubs, you don't get a sense of where you've hit it in the face. First few swings I've had with these, like, I'm getting a sense, I know roughly where I'm striking it in the face, and then when you look at the face, you can actually see where the ball mark is in comparison to what you think it is. So yeah, so impressed. 170 playing down by like 10 yards, so 165 to the back of that green, but it's only 130, about 145, 140 to carry the bunker in front of us. So this is where you've got to trust what you're doing here, because I'm coming out of the slight semi rough. I definitely don't want to flyer out of here. I've got the 8 iron. That was a bail. I didn't want to go left. Grab a seat there. That's it. A tricky shot now, but I just couldn't quite trust it, and that's just not getting an understanding of how the clubs are going to work for me on the course. Right, got it a little wrong, didn't I, coming down there, but I would say this is a pretty straightforward chip, really. Slightly, well, great lie. For a slight upslope. Just got my 56-degree wedge, just going to push it forward and hope for a little bit of a skid towards the hole. Don't dig in. It sort of dug in a little bit on that first bounce. Actually left a small pitch mark there. One thing you'll probably notice when you watch, like when I'm editing our par brother v brother matches, Paul, maybe it's the difference between, let's say, somebody that plays on a regular basis, competes on a regular basis, but you know, Paul's short game, which is a little bit underrated, to be fair, I feel, but his short game is just really, really tidy. Just doesn't put himself under too much pressure. He kind of mops everything up really quite quite nicely, which keeps the score moving forward, you know. Good putt. That's a really good up and down, considering that was a very steery second shot. Not going to get under par if I keep steering it around these golf courses, which is what I feel like I've been doing for most of 2025. I've got to just let go at some point, you know. Okay, solid par. A little squirrel there, look. I'm giving her another go. Come on. Oh, that was better. Get on, DH. That's more like it. Even got some turn out of that. Right, have we found something? Relax. Don't steer it, just relax. You're not going to shoot under par if you steer it around these golf courses. 138 to the top of that bunker. 152 to that flag, so 163 it's playing. Yeah, it's 164 on hole 19. So with that in mind, I'm going to go with an A time, because I think now that I've found this newfound kind of attitude of commit to the shot, these clubs should just go the distance that. Okay, A iron in hand. Let's get one back there. Oh no, DH, stop going so far right. I must be so underneath it. Okay, chipping a putt, pin's tucked on the right, so that is in trouble there. Just the weapon for this. 11 chipper. If you haven't looked at the video, make sure you go and check that out, because we were doing a bit of an experimenting on the golf course with it. I just need to get it to the top of the hill. Don't need much, and then it will chase down towards that flag, but make sure you get it on the green is the key. Oh, it kicked a bit right on me, which is unfortunate. Going down the hill. Down you go. Oh, it's got stuck on the hill. I played that really well, but that's obviously the danger of trying to be almost like too cute with it. Anyway, chipping apart, come on. So a bit of a shame that, because I only needed to get it here and it was gone. So I feel like a bit unlucky there, but then the second shot didn't really deserve it, did it? Okay, let's see what I can do. Little lob wedge. Release down, release down. Okay, you could see there how much it only needed a little move, didn't it? And it was down towards that flag. Putt for a bogey. Oh, it's a double. It's a double. It's a silly double is what that is. It was a poor second shot. It was, I would say, a really unlucky chip shot with the chipper, which only needed one more roll and it was probably stone dead. And then I've got to understand that these greens are extremely slopey as well, certainly on the shorter ones. Got to keep the pace up on them. Okay, 1 under to 1 over. Right, 7th hole. Let's try not to get a little bit too down after that big mistake. Got to keep doubles off the card. This is about 350 off this tee, so it's just about position off the tee. Got out of bounds down the left, got trees down the right. It's just about plodding the 3-iron down there. Whip it down the middle. That should be absolutely perfect down there. Yep, that'll do us. Right in the middle. 135 yards, playing 140. In between clubs here, I would say it's kind of like a 9-iron yardage really at 140-ish. However, that pin is at the back and you don't want to go long here. Got plenty of green to work with, so with that in mind, I'm going to just go with a thumping wedge. Didn't see it, straight up into the sun. Just down the left side. Saw it land, didn't see the second position of where it landed from there, so we're hoping for a decent bounce there. Good strike though. I think I've just caught the edge of the green and I don't think it's stopped on that position. I think it's just I'm absolutely dead and buried here. Okay, I'm off a tight lie. I honestly, I've just got to try and get this on the green. Tight lie, lower the handle just a fraction, get that heel into the ground. Can't play it any better than that. Look how much that's gone. I feel like I've got a little unlucky there because I think I landed on the brown spot, and if I'd landed on the green patch, I think that would have killed it. So I think I've landed here, which is the firmer bit, which is where I reckon well, certainly my second bounce coming into that green has landed. Come on in, come on in. Oh, I got to the top of the hill and flattened out. That's a shame. Oh, but it's another bogey from the middle of the fairway there, isn't it? That's two. Well, I've dropped 3 shots from the middle of the fairways. Dangerous, isn't it? This time of year it just gets so bouncy. You get it slightly offline and it will absolutely punish you. 8th hole then. This is what I call the donut hole. And the reason I call it the donut hole is it used to be a surrounded green with a bunker. But probably for maintenance reasons, they've filled in a few of those bunkers. And they've now sort of got more dotted bunkers. 155 this is playing, 177 playing 155. 165 to the middle, that pin is right on the front. I mean, what do you do? 150, based on what has just happened on that last shot there, I'm going to go with 9-iron. I'm trying to play for the front of the green, really, is my spot. Straight in the sun again, not seeing that. Hopefully it's drawing back in. I never saw it. Okay, we actually, neither of us could see where this ball ended up. However, driving down here, we've got it. It's right of all the bunkers, so it's not the easiest shot because obviously you've got this bunker to deal with in front of us, which is more mindset than anything else, but I've got to get enough spin on it to get the control. But we do have a nice tight lie, which is good. Steady there, steady there. Oh, it's hit the downslope now. Butterflied up, stop pushing it. Okay, that's not bad. Didn't get the grab like I was hoping, but it's not bad. Solid. That is solid. It did not move an ounce, did it? Absolutely dead straight up the hill. Take your chip and putt and move on. Still a little stressful, but we're moving on. Well, it's 7:45 in the morning. It's going to be one of the hottest days of the year. I found this new stuff called Solex. It's 30, factor 30. The great thing about it is I got this mirror. Can you see yourselves in the mirror there? So you squeeze it out. This is ideal for golfers because you don't get your hands covered in sun cream at all. And we know the importance of making sure we've got sun cream on us throughout our round. So we're not getting any sun cream anywhere but in the intended areas. And that is me fully applied and ready to go. Solex, not bad, eh? 9th hole then, about 360 off this back tee. I'm going to give the old 11 mini driver a crack again. Just release it at those kind of, well, straight at the green in the distance is kind of like the ideal line. Give it a ride. Oh, I never saw it again. That sun is so bright. I would think it's gone right, but I can't see it down at all. Assume it's down the right hand side and hopefully it's missed the bunker. Well, we found it. It's 118 yards to that flag. It was right when it felt right when I hit it. 118. I think it's just a smooth wedge, and see what these clubs are like when you kind of smooth them out there. Slightly into breeze now as the day's going on. We're starting to pick a little bit of a breeze up. I'm kind of going straight at it because the pin's right in the middle of that green. That was smooth, wasn't it? Go on, down you go. Get back there. Never saw it down. Must be just on top of that little ridge there, or just over it, which I'm hoping is around kind of pin high from there. But that felt good. That felt really smooth. I feel like I maybe got a little bit of a flyer out of that lie because it was out of the rough, and because I've swung that really smoothly, haven't I? I've not really given it a great deal there, and that's flown. It was 118 to this point here, so it's yeah, so it's flown 124 with a really smooth swing. So probably, but then it landed and stopped really quickly. Stopped dead, in fact. Just getting the numbers right, that's all. I've pulled it a little bit. Sit down. Sit. Sit. God, they're quick. They are quick. Caught the lip. It's definitely stressful. That's all I'll say, is it's definitely stressful trying not the 3-putt. 10th hole. Now it's probably about 340 or 330 off this tee that we're on here now. I'm kind of just trying to plod us. It's a big dogleg round right to left, so I want to kind of plod us down the middle there with a 5-iron. I only want to kind of go around, sort of try and land it around 200 yards-ish, something like that. Will give me not a great deal into this green. Probably a bit right. Catch a seat then. Okay, it's over by the marker pole, which is, I was trying to draw it off there a little bit, didn't get the shape, but I think we'll be okay. Just a longer shot in, that's all. Well, we've got a small challenge in front of us, which is this overhanging tree here, which hopefully shouldn't be a problem. I'm just mindful of these hybrids just popping up in the air a little bit. 130 yards this, slightly helping, I would say, with the wind. We're back to wedge, aren't we? And I don't really want to, well, the thing with it, right, is you don't want to force it because you don't want it going long, but you also don't want to smooth one out there and leave yourself in that trap short. So pin is tucked in, I would think, on that left hand side. I'm hoping we're not going to hit the window of getting up to it too quickly here. I think it's just a nice wedge, to be honest. A little leaky, wasn't it? Again, it's a weak shot. Plenty of club though. It's left me with an uphill putt. Not probably the easiest putt because there's a bit of slope there, but it'll do. Took out the bunker, took out the tree, and we're putting. We do need a couple of birdies though. Not actually a horrendous leave. I've missed the green, so I'm just off the edge. Not a great deal in it. It's just about pace control here. Which I don't seem to have today because that has gone miles past again. That is all uphill. I think what's happening is we're getting, as the day's moving on, the greens are just drying out a little bit, which means that they are getting quicker and quicker as the morning's kind of moving on. Okay. I don't feel overly stressed, really. I mean, I say it, but I don't feel overly stressed, even though I'm putting myself under a bit of pressure there, because the goal is obviously to try and shoot under par. So I'm trying to press now, rather than trying to steer in. I'm trying to press to get those couple of birdies. I think we've got a couple of par 5s coming up on the back 9, so there is a chance. I say that, but I don't have a lot of power, do I, off the tee? So come on then. Hole 19 saying that the 11th hole is about 390 off this back tee, stroke index 2, so it's one of the harder holes. It goes down and then kind of up, so I'm going to go with tortoise and try and get it down there as far as we possibly can. Cool, I've got the chase on that one. Let's hope it's not anywhere near that bunker up there. Steady now, steady. Yeah, that's good, that's perfect. In fact, got plenty of ground help there. Just feels so good off the face, this long iron. I'm pretty impressed with the old tortoise, to be honest with you. 166 it's playing. I feel like I'm in between 7 and 8 here. I'm going to go with 7 because I just feel like I can smooth in a 7 rather than trying to force an 8 down there. Oh, it's right at it. Be the number. I'm looking for the number there. That was that's 2 good strikes in a row there off those that tee shot and then that 7 iron. Let's hope it was the right choice and it wasn't the 8 iron. Okay. Now that is a little Brucey bonus, that result, because I did get my yardage absolutely spot on. What I was kind of expecting as well is because the flight came out, we were so low down onto the up, you kind of expect a ball when it lands to like really skip forward because the descent angle is a lot flatter. But that is pretty much stopped within probably 8 paces from where it's landed. So that's the benefit, isn't it, of having the hybrids, is that you get that instant launch, that it goes up rather than, well, that's game improvement irons, but certainly more so in the hybrids. You get that instant launch which then brings that descent angle down or steeper into the greens, which allows that ball to be able to stop a little bit quicker. So it's not all about spin all the time, it's more descent angle. Oh, I walked that. Absolutely walked that in. You see that first foot go forward before it even got to the hole? That's a birdie, and that's back to 1. We are shifting. If you can birdie the second hardest hole on the course, you can birdie every hole out here. Okay, we've got the 12th hole, which is about 380 off this tee. There is a tee right back there, but I'm just going on what the whites are this morning. It's one of those shots where you need to sort of lay up to the point and then, or I mean, if you want to be aggressive, you can go down the left flank and chase it up towards the green, but I don't really see a point today. So we're going to go with 5 hybrid. Nudge one down there. Don't get up in the wind too much, go forward. I want a little bit of help when it gets down there. And what you got to make sure you do is try and keep yourself far enough back from those trees that you can then go over them, because if you get too close down there, you can actually be a little bit blocked out, but I think we're okay. Probably a slight miscalculation here, I would say. I've got about 195 to 200 yards left, which I kind of thought that I'd be a little bit further down, but I'm pretty sure that is a bit of breeze into now. So I've got 4 iron, and I want to kind of keep it a little bit up the left and then let it slide from left to right if I can. Maybe a bit right of target, I can't see it down. Definitely missed the green right, I think there. It's probably bouncing to the right. Couldn't see it down with the trees, just a bit of a poor, maybe a bit poor off the tee there, showed it a bit too much respect. I should have probably thumped that tortoise down the left hand side here a little bit more, leaving myself with a little bit less in. Right, I would say exceptionally lucky here in the fact that this, even though I'm a little bit restricted with the shot, at least I've got a shot and I'm not in the bushes. Because when I got up here, I didn't think, well, I thought there was a bit more room than there actually is, to be honest with you, down the right. If I'd have known, I would definitely have chased it up the left a little bit more. Not the easiest shot in town, if I'm honest. I've got to be quite aggressive with the actual, where I carry it to. I don't want to get caught up in this thicker stuff here. Stay on that hill, stay on that hill. Stop there, stop, 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 stop! Wow, that was so good. Oh, you sneaky little ball. That's slow, that's the doctor, that is. It was always moving to that right hand side. It's a birdie followed by a bogey, which is always my kind of theme, I feel like, anyway. Do you know what? The problem with that hole was purely the tee shot. I needed to be, you've got to make a decision. You're either aggressive off the tee and try and, you know, had plenty of room down there. And if you're not aggressive off the tee, you're leaving yourself a big question when you come into these greens, or any green. So do you want to leave yourself a long iron in, which, you know, the fairway's wider than this spot. So I was better off being a little bit more aggressive off the tee there, leaving myself with a less club in. So I've just got it wrong. Can blame the second shot, but actually I blame the tee shot there. It was a poor decision, which led to a bogey. About 325 off this back tee. I just feel like a nice fadey kind of tortoise off that bunker down there. Fade it back towards the middle of the fairway is the ideal line. A little bit slappy, but it will do us, I think. Slappy meaning I got it a little bit high on the face. Don't go in the bunker. Sit down. Sit. Okay. We're okay. Just short of that trap, which opens up that pin perfectly. 92 yards with this slope. I got a funny feeling this green is kind of pitched quite heavily from, well, certainly where that front pin is, it's quite heavily from back to front. So I'm just going to try and smooth in a 56-degree wedge and see if we can get this yardage right. Skip forward, please. Go, hit it a bit soft. Don't zip off the front. Oh! Just not listening to my own advice when I'm setting up behind the ball. Like, that pin is right on the front. I'm pitching it on a slope that's back to me. I've got to throw it past the pin. You know it's going to spin off these tight lies. You know it's going to spin with a full 56. And I've zapped it off the front. I should have thrown that fully past the pin. It's chipper time. Up the slope. I've got to kind of, I think, throw it almost onto the front edge to get it to release properly, because I don't want it landing on that kind of fringe just short, because it will kill it, I reckon. Just there. A little long, isn't it? A little long. Stay, 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 stay. Oh! Oh, that caught the edge and flicked it right out, didn't it? It was just a bad, I keep saying bad club choice, but that is another bogey. It was a bad decision from the fairway, and then it was probably not a chipper. It was probably the pitching wedge. 3 over, that went quickly, didn't it? Right, not ideally where I wanted to be. This is a 475 yard par 5. So you'd think we should be able to take advantage of it a little bit. 3 over. Gosh. I feel like I've let myself down today with more decisions rather than the clubs or anything else like that. I just feel like I've not made the right decisions at the right time. And that is what has caused, I feel, caused most of the damage, and why we're hugely over par. Anyway, I've got mini out because this is a par 5 and I need to start, well, if I'm going to I haven't got many holes left, do I? So I need to make sure I try and get at least a birdie out of these par 5s. Up the hill, slightly into wind. You think it's going to just peel off to that right hand side slightly, so let's give it a rip. Come on, round you come, don't hit that wind. Oh yeah, it kicked out from those trees. It did peel to the right, but I think that was more wind than anything else, so that's positive. I've got to say, the feel off this face, it feels nothing like anything else I've ever tried. It's so thuddy and solid. You just need some speed to make sure you get it to really work for you. But if I got the speed back in my game, I could probably hit that. This is a bruter. Uphill, it's 229 to the flag, but playing like 240 odd. It's set up really quite nicely because I've bounced it out of this rough here into the semi. I'm just going to let rip with a mini and just see what happens, because I've not hit this off the deck really before. I'm expecting it to cut a little bit, so I'm aiming a bit down the left side, and I want it to be a decent strike, really. Oh, I've ripped it. It's down the right hand side slightly. Don't know if that just dropped down up there, I'm not sure. I'm not sure how far right it ended up, but it's a hell of a strike. Hell of a strike. Well, I thought I did hear something, and I think it just clipped this tree, which was a shame because it was a heck of a strike. I think it would have definitely got pin high if I got it up, got it online. Okay, we got 47 yards to the middle. That pin's pretty much in the middle. A little 60, just push it forward, hope for a little bit of spin. Quite much better than that. Go, get in. Oh, I'm hoping it's not run too far past, but that looks stone dead. The other camera should grab that, but we'll see. It actually ended up a little bit short. I thought it would kind of run, if anything, past the hole, but we've left with a perfect uphill putt. It's a birdie. Oh, it's a bounce back from a silly bogey at the last. We've got a nice birdie up this one. Played the aggressive approach. Went for it off the tee, didn't nestle an iron down there, and then blasted it up with that thing. So, yeah, positive. Back to 2. 158 playing 152. Talk to me, people. What is that? Slightly, I would say it's slightly helping. I think it's a perfect 9-iron for this one. Come on, 9-iron. Trust the 11. Out to the right. Oh, bunker. It wasn't my best strike, if I'm honest. I got it. I mean, the good thing about it, I mean, you can see where the strike was. I don't know if you can pan in on that, which was about there, which was really toey, which I felt it off the face. But you can see there that I've not lost any ball speed because that's landed. But it's landed right by pin high to just to the right of the flag. So again, that's the positives of having clubs like this, is if you do miss-hit it, which we all do, that is the game, isn't it? It's a game of misses. With normal equipment like my 9-iron, I'd have lost probably 5 to 6 mile an hour ball speed there, which is going to probably equate to maybe 10 yards. So I'd have come up probably just into that front of that trap there, maybe short of it. So definitely the positives of using hybrids, and which is the reason why my kids use these hybrids. Just gives them a little bit more help. Okay, it is what it is, bunker boy. Hope for the best. Oh, spin, 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 spin. Gonna need a good putt. Feel like we're due a bit of a putt, you know. This is a real momentum mover going into the par 5, which is the next. So if we can get away with this and make a birdie on the next, then we're only one over with a couple to play. Come on, turn, turn, turn. Ah, that is just not turned as much as what I thought I read it as. It's another bogey. It's back to 3. 3 with 3. Door me to the course. 16th hole, par 5, 470 off this tee. So I need a blaster, so I'm going to tee it up and get that mini out and give it a rip. It's slightly helping because we're just carrying on down from the par 3. See how far I can get it down there, which will then leave me with it. Well, you never know, do you? Because there's always a chance of an eagle, isn't there? If we get a good drive away, eagle could be on the cards. At that church in the distance, and let it rip. Oh yeah, little heel striker down the left, cutting back. That's going to catch the downslope and just go. Go on then. I think you've just got to play this club, for me anyway, the way this is set up for me. You've just got to play for a little bit of slide, aim down the left and rip it. I would say this is the absolute perfect drive down here with Mini. I mean, I couldn't probably get any more out of it. I've got right to the bottom of the hill. I've now got 182 yards to that flag. I've got 7-iron, it is downwind. I just feel like if I launch a 6-iron, it could rise up in the wind and get down there a bit too far. So let's just try and trust the swing. Oh, turn over, and miss that trap. Oh, you little... Oh! Club short. It was a club short. It was a 6-iron. If I'd hit that 6 on the same line, I'd have just carried that trap and probably been stone dead because it was right at it. Oh, it's a bit wet under there. Sit down, spin. That, I'm absolutely covered. It's a little bit wet. I think the old sprinklers might have been on that one this morning because that one is a little bit wet. However, I would like to think that that is our birdie that we've been looking for. Not the eagle, but it gets us back to a more sensible score, I suppose. Tap it in. In. Actually left a small pitch mark there. Okay, everybody, back to 2. Birdie, bogey, 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 birdie, bogey, birdie. Very up and down game, isn't it, today? Very up and down. The 17th hole then, it's a par 3 and it's 158 yards to that flag. It's just sort of thinking about this round, you know. I don't feel like it's birdies that I need to make. I don't need to make more birdies. I need to make less bogeys. And I'm not 100% sure. I think it's my iron play. I don't feel like I'm, you know, when I've watched these guys, you know, when I watched Matt Wolf and Bubba Watson hit shots and a couple of other tour players that I've had the chance to film with recently, you know, they're always there or thereabouts. They're always pin high with their iron play, which means they're never really that far away from the flag. Even if they do go offline a fraction, if you're pin high, you're never really that far away. So I think it's, for me, I think it's just hitting more greens, like 7-irons in. You know, can we at least hit the green and not put ourselves in bunkers? 9-iron into the last, you know, not hit the green with that, put it in a bunker. Sand wedge with the other one, left it short, you know. All right, 4-iron miss to the right, not always going to possibly bogey that, but it's just those 7-irons, 6-irons, 7-irons down. I feel like we need to hit more greens. Okay, 8-iron up the hill. 158. You know, there's your, you know, missing everything right, and now I've gone a little bit left. Like everything's a bit. It's not the clubs, it's me, because I'm doing that with my irons as well. So I'm under pressure again, even though I've got a bit of green to work with, to make another par. Yeah, it's definitely the irons that my iron swings are not. Just not good enough there. That was good as in the fact that I pulled it slightly. It's still roughly pin high, maybe just a little bit long of pin high. Not a lot of green to work with here because I'm landing on a bit of a shelf that kind of wants to run away. The grass is laying into me, so I need to be quite aggressive through the grass. That'll shoot on, look. That'll shoot on. Steady there. Steady there. Steady there. That's good. So I think we've worked out short game's okay, isn't it? Short game's been saving me. Putting's always good. You know, off the tee, I'm not bad off the tee. It's just got to hit more, start hitting a few more greens, but not just hitting greens, it's hitting them, you know, getting my distances right and hitting them close enough that you've got a chance of a birdie, you know. It's a really good up and down from there, to be fair. I will take that. So we moved to the 18th tee and we are 2 over par, which I don't think is too bad, to be honest with you. Just needs a good tee shot away to set up that birdie opportunity. Solid finishing hole, 3-4, about 410, but probably playing up, well, certainly uphill with the approach shot into the green. So it requires a decent drive. There is a water, like a little water hazard that runs through the fairway, but I don't think we're getting there today. Maybe with proper driver I might have. But again, if you think about the last tee shot, figured out up the left and then let it peel round from there with this mini. Oh, I've turned one over. Spit it out, come on. Oh, I think we might have got lucky there. It spat something across the fairway. Did you see anything on that down? I don't know if that spat it out. Right, I feel like the golfing gods have been with us here a little bit, because we've hit a, I thought it was, Joe thought it was a bird flying out, which it may have hit the same tree as the bird flew out of. So we're in the fairway, we've bounced out. I think also the contours have helped us a little bit. 155 to that flag. I need, this is a 9-iron, and I've got to take this straight at it. Absolutely straight at it. I'm hitting 9 because it is slightly downwind as well. And I've absolutely rocketed it. Sit down, sit. Okay, that's not bad. It's probably a little bit past pin high, but as you'd seen from the rest of the round, at least it's a green in regulation. Drop and stop technology. That has literally fallen into its pitch mark and not gone anywhere there. So it flew, I reckon that's flown, that 9-iron has flown, what did I say, 155 to the flag? That's gone at least, well, it's flown 165 in the air. So they're not struggling for yardage, are they, these clubs? So I think for probably lots of golfers who want a bit more high launch, maybe lower spin, just to get it out there, you're definitely going to get it with these, aren't you? Here, there you go. Oh, jeez. Steady. Oh my goodness. I think they called a wide on that one. I have not read these greens well today at all, have I? To be fair, when you look at it from here, you can really see it again. It just shows the lack of attention that I'm paying to these greens today. Oh, that made up for it with the old putt there, didn't I? However, that is a 2 over par round of 74. Didn't have my driver, didn't have my iron, so testing out some new equipment. But all in all, am I impressed with the 11 hybrids? I've always been impressed with the 11 hybrids. Did we get it under par? No, we didn't. So ultimately, the 11 guys have challenged me. I failed on the challenge to get it under par. Just need to work on my iron play a little bit more, start hitting a few more greens. Thank you very much for watching. Don't forget, if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button, and I'll see you again on the next video.